live and spending this time with me because we've got to talk about some very important things, including stocks, what's happening right now with the cryptocurrency, the potential of platinum, gold, silver prices, how to make the most money, and any questions you guys want to ask, okay? Bodybuilding questions, questions about money. That's really what we're trying to get at here, questions about that kind of stuff, okay? Or anything in the manosphere, anything that men are interested in. I want to try to help you guys answer your questions. I want to help answer your questions. If anybody has any actual serious questions, okay? Also, if you're not on with this live, you can leave your questions in the comments and I will get to them, okay? I do look at all the comments. All right, guys? So we're just sitting here. We got this going on right here. Got the gazebo. So we'll just let a few people join in. All right, guys, come on. Join up. We'll let YouTube do its thing. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Somebody joins. What's up? Somebody's in. The car needs an exhaust. The car needs an exhaust pipe. Bad. It's just like freaking one car runs through town and you can everybody can hear it because there's no exhaust on it. It's funny. Probably used to be like my car. I had a Ford Focus, the sporty one. I had a Focus ST. It was a sick car. It had a 2.3 liter Duratec engine. Insanely reliable engine. It's a lot of engine for a tiny car. 2.3 liter. And that thing was quick, very quick. And then there's also the SVT model. They make the SVT. Those ones are a little bit faster too, but I don't like them as much. I'd rather have the Focus ST just because of the bigger displacement. But yeah, I like cars too, guys. I'm all about cars, making money, and lifting weights. So but yes, answering questions, guys. Questiones. Who has any questions on any kind of topics at all? Just ask me questions and I will do my best to have your questions answered. We're trying to grind out more videos, grind out more lives. Just been grinding for over 2 years. I did so much grinding on my band channel. They just took it away from me. After hundreds and thousands of hours of grinding, they just took it right away. Gone. But this channel is alive and well, okay? And when they banned my channel before, I didn't do anything wrong. I think that I might have pissed off another YouTuber or something and he sent all his friends. But then I also have another theory about how I was banned, but I don't want to think about that. So guys, let's go. Ask questions. Ask any kind of question you want, actually, at this point. Any kind of question you want. Gold, silver, cryptocurrencies. Let's go. We got the Brooks on. Sick shoes. Brooks are amazing. These are the most comfortable shoes you're ever going to find in your life. I want to do affiliate marketing. I want to get into affiliate marketing for Brooks shoes and just do, YouTube videos and, you know, pay money. I'll pump up my videos. Everybody who buys the Brooks, I'll get like a very small percentage, you know. I mean, that's what people do, you know. They'll do affiliate marketing. They'll spend $50,000 on advertising and they'll bring in 60,000 in revenue, so they make 10 grand, you know. Um, you got to spend, it sucks if you got to spend 50,000, you know, to make 10,000 in profit. Um, because there are no guarantees, you know. But with affiliate marketing, as long as the ad is doing well and the revenue is coming in, just keep the ad going. If it's not working, then stop the ad. It's that simple, you know. There's a lot of techniques to doing these marketing strategies and stuff, and I really what I want to do is I want to do something with educating the public about money. I also want to do marketing for Brooks running shoes, because it's just Brooks holds a place in my heart, and it's because I've had times in my life where my feet hurt so bad because I didn't know what shoes were comfortable. I could only afford, you know, crappy shoes or whatever. And then I found Brooks. And then it changed my life. And then my buddy bought them. He bought Brooks as well. And it basically changed his life just because of how comfortable they are. You know, I've tried every shoe out there. Hoka. Everyone says, oh, it's all about Hokas. No. I think Hokas, for some people, for some skeletal structures, they work great. But I think Brooks shoes are the absolute best for basically all types of different, if you're supinated or pronated or however your skeletal structure is designed, you know, by nature. Brooks will work for everybody. The Brooks Glycerin specifically. There's no one that would find the Brooks Glycerin uncomfortable. And then, yeah, for some reason, people always want to buy Hokas and, you know, Nike and whatever happened to Mizuno? Are they still around? Mizuno used to have really good shoes. I don't even know if they're still around. Yeah. We're just grinding here, guys. I'm just talking, shooting the shit. I'm just trying to yap. You gotta yap. You gotta be able to yap. So, the best shoes in the world are right here, in my opinion. Brooks. Absolutely sick shoes. I've had problems with my feet before because I went to Walmart, bought shoes. Walmart is the worst place to go for shoes. Well, that's how it always was. That's how it always was. But I walked into a Walmart the other day and I was looking at some of the shoes. Some of these shoes at Walmart seem like they're pretty comfortable and the prices are low. Okay? Walmart, I mean, they're making it all in China and they're basically attempting to copy, you know, the Walmart brands in China are attempting to copy brands like Brooks. Okay? They really are. They're trying to copy Brooks, you know, but they're not nearly as good as the real Brooks. But some of these Walmart shoes, I think they're getting pretty comfortable, and I might actually do a couple reviews on Walmart shoes, the ones that you can actually find in store, because I think that's what really matters is the ones that are in store at your local Walmart. So I do want to get into shoe reviews on this channel as well, because I think it's good for everybody to see. This is freaking very important stuff. Everybody has shoes. So it's important that you get the most comfortable shoes possible, so you don't develop foot issues over long periods of time. Maybe your feet seem fine in your shoes, but if they're not really good and comfortable shoes and supportive, then over time you could still develop foot problems. So you're better off running a shoe like Brooks for your whole freaking life. You really are. You should be wearing shoes like this for your whole life. Even if the shoes you have now are okay, you should really just switch to a better quality one, because because it's gonna, you know, the years are gonna add up over time, and you want to be having good shoes now. So, Jack Bob, keep saying shoe. Shoe. How do you spell shoe? It's SHOE. This shoe. Shoe is a funny word. I try. To me, it is. To me, it is. I've done YouTube videos where I spelled shoe, SCHUE or SCHOE, like just to try to get a reaction out of people, and people react. Yeah, if I spell a word, people react, and they think it's kind of funny, or they think I'm an idiot because they think I don't know how to spell. It's just like, bro, but you commented. At least I got the comment. You know, it's hard to get people to comment on YouTube. You got to be really good, and I was never good at, you know, talking, and I was never good at being on camera or being in front of the public. So this goes way back to when I was in school. I was always you know, scared to be in front of large amounts of people. Now I don't really care so much, because I realize in the end we're all dead. You know, imagine your life as if you are dead. Then go do everything that you wanted to do. Jack Bob. Hey John, I bought some silver today. Badass assassin. It's just a starter, as I have other stocks and crypto. Wow. I am very happy to hear. That's one of the best comments that we do get on this channel from time to time, that somebody actually buys silver. And I know you're already an investor too. And that's kind of how you found this channel, because you're an investor, which I think that you are elite. You could become part of the elite, the cream of the crop. Most people are not investing. You're way ahead of most people. I know I'm getting sidetracked here, but I saw a thing, I posted it on my Facebook. I connected my Facebook to YouTube, just so you know. So you can get to my Facebook from YouTube. Am I high? No. But I saw something about, now you're making me forget. So yes, it was the silver. So how much did you buy? The days are just blending together at this point. I'm working nonstop. I think someone said that they already bought silver. Was that you that already... Somebody said that they bought some, for real. That's why I was alarmed when you said you bought some. Because was that you that already told me that before? Or was that somebody else that bought silver? Yeah, but I wasn't a precious metal investor, but I've really started to believe it more than you. You believe in silver more than me? No. You meant you believe it because of me? Silver has to go higher over time because they're going to keep causing, you know, more inflation. It's guaranteed that silver is going to be a good place to put your money. It's going to be volatile, but there will be periods where your silver is going to be worth a lot of money. And then, yes, it crashes. But you know how? Get this, guys, get this. The cycles, the money cycles of inflation are getting shorter. They really are. It's harder for them to keep the system alive. It was 13 years since silver has been at this level. I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this. But yes, 13 years since silver has been this high. Once it goes up to freaking 75 or whatever, it might crash again. Okay? It's not going to take 13 years for it to go above that next high, which is, who knows, you know, 65, 85. You know, look what happened with cocoa. Look, I mean, basically, commodities can skyrocket, okay? Gold has gone from, like, you know, a couple grand. Well, it went from 300 to where it is now, but the last peak was around 2 grand, and now gold is going to be approaching 4,000. So gold's going to have doubled at least. At the bare minimum, gold's going to double. I think that that will signal to us that silver could quadruple. Look at the last cycle, you know. Silver was only $5 and gold was 300. So silver 5, gold 300. And silver went up to 50. That's a 10x. 10x for silver in the last cycle. Gold went from 300 to 2,000. That is, 3, 6, 9, 12, 18. It's basically a 5.5x. Just say this, silver should do double what gold will do. Okay, so use these ratios. I think silver will outperform gold by double. If gold 3x's in this run, or if it, well, gold's going to go to 40,000. It's going to be hard to fathom how this is really going to happen, and it's hard for me to really explain it. But yes, gold's going to 40,000. Silver is going to be going to 200, 400, 500. These things will take time. So I think when gold hits 4,000, silver could be 50 to 60 or even higher. And gold's going to go over 4,000. Okay, obviously, these are more short-term things. Who knows? In 2 years, gold might hit 6 or 7, and then there will be a massive pullback. Silver might go up to 125. I'm thinking if silver hits 125, silver could go as high as 200, but it might take three years, okay? Or it might take 2 years. I don't know. Do not know. But it's not going to take that long, Cycles are getting shorter, like I said. We're going to get a big spike in silver for sure. You better buy now. I think the spike's going to be coming. The peak. When's the peak going to be? How high is silver going to go, and when's the peak? The peak should be after they do some kind of more printing. You see, they just did the big beautiful bill. This causes more government spending. This makes silver go up. Okay, anytime you have more government spending, it creates that risk on. So now we're having a risk on somewhat. It's slowly going back to a risk on. And how this process goes to full-blown risk on and how long it takes, don't know. Can't explain how the timing. So that's why people end up not getting rich, because they don't know how long it's going to take. They say, I've already been waiting. I bought silver 5 years ago, and I've already been waiting, and I'm going to sell it now. That's the worst thing you can do. But guess what? A lot of people are selling silver now, or they were selling it a couple months ago. I saw on YouTube all over, people were selling silver. They were selling silver, and now look what happened. All those people that sold, this is for real. A lot of people were selling silver. Now all those people that sold could have made more money. And they will buy higher, okay? This is what the markets do by nature. They shake people out only to force them back into the markets at much higher prices, okay? So this is what could be happening with the stock markets. It's going to continue this trajectory for however long until there's going to be another bigger crash. And nobody is really, I don't think nobody is really able to predict when we're going to get that big crash. You can't predict it with absolute certainty. So let's look at a couple of these comments. Hey, I bought some silver. So yes, I'm very happy. Yeah, but wasn't a precious metal investor. No, today is my first day. First day buying silver. Thank you. And what should I invest with $300? If you don't have any silver, buy silver. Okay? Not financial advice. We don't give financial advice on here, but I really wish you would buy silver. I think that would be the best thing for you, because I think that the timing is right. Silver is an amazing metal, industrial metal. The uses for it are very high, and silver is expected to spike 47% for the industrial demand in like the next 10 years. 47. That is what there was a major prediction by a major firm or a company or whatever. I don't really remember, but it's very real. They think silver demand could go up 47%. If that happens, there's already a shortage. Silver has already been in a supply deficit, and this just tells us that silver will continue to be in a supply deficit forever. Could you imagine it? Should you even comprehend what I just said? If silver's going to be in a supply deficit forever, they're mining less and less silver, and they're using more and more and more silver. So I do think silver is going to go 50, and then it's going to hit 100, going to blow through 100, 150, 200. In short term, realistically, short term, we could see $100, and we could even see 150. Short term, short meaning 2 years. In a couple of years, we could see silver at $100. So the timing is right. If you got $300, put it in silver, because I'm putting a lot of mine in silver. And I'll give you this gem, okay? This one is more risky. It's more risky, but you're gonna make more money. It's called AGQ, all right? Not a financial advisor. I'm not. I just bought 40 more today, okay? 40 shares of AGQ. I just bought it today. $54. Not even lying. So I added that to my stack of AGQ. And it's basically like a freaking digital silver with leverage. It's managed, and they invested in derivatives of silver to gain leverage, such as options. That's what an ETF can be. That's what leveraged ETFs are. And that's how I explain it. I mean, there's people that can explain it way better. I don't know everything, but that's basically what it is. Okay? And you could make a lot of money. And the best thing about AGQ is that it is liquid, much more liquid than silver. Silver is pretty liquid. You could pretty easily sell it. For me, I can sell silver in a day if I have silver and I want to sell it. But you could sell it even faster with AGQ, an investment vehicle. So you could buy, if you wanted to invest your money, you could buy $150 in silver and $150 of AGQ. That would be, I'm just giving you an option, okay? You know, this is not advice, investment advice. So please give this a like, guys. We have 49 people. Please give me a like. Hey, John, you bought some silver today. Okay, WTF is this? A rate cut could put an end to this strong run, as would be risk of then somewhat. A rate cut could put an end to this strong run? What, a run in silver? As would be risk of then somewhat. A rake height would make silver go down, okay? A rake height would make silver go down, potentially. But no, we're going to get a rate cut. And a rate cut should make silver go higher. Because a rate cut means it's going to be easier to borrow, easier money, more M2 money supply. M2, you can look that up, M2, money supply. It's a chart of how much money they've, created into existence. So these are things that I follow. So that's how that works, okay? Rate cut's going to cause risk on. And the markets are anticipating rate cuts. And this is taking forever. When are they going to cut the freaking rates already? Well, I was thinking that they're going to crash the economy. And that's when they're going to do the rate cut. So that could be coming. Because they could impose, this is for real, they could impose these tariffs. This might hurt silver or stocks temporarily. I don't know. But they could impose tariffs, and these tariffs are going to be good. They for real are going to be good. And that could hurt the stocks. You saw what happened last time with the tariffs. At first, it really hurt the stocks. So they could destroy the stock market like a lot more, and then that's their excuse to cut the rates. But who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. I already thought that they were going to crash the stocks and then cut rates. So obviously my timing is off. This is taking longer than I thought to play out. I think it is. I mean, yeah. I mean, I never had a date prediction, but I just figured that they would have crashed it all by now. Throwing random numbers. This dude is high. Well, I would never admit to that. That is highly illegal. It's never been over $40. It's not going near triple in 2 years. This guy's stupid. Oh, he does not believe in silver. I know I'm behind on the comments. I'm sorry, guys. Please like this. He does not believe in silver. It has been over 40. It's been at $50. If you adjust that for inflation, that's 200 today. I did not just try to use numbers to deceive you. Inflation adjusted, silver was at $50 in 1980. It would be 200 in today's money. That means that technically, silver does have the potential to go to possibly $200 today. Silver could actually go to 200. Silver could go to 200 in 2 years. I'm for real. I think that is on the high end of my prediction. That's on the high end. $200 in 2 years. I think it's going to take like 4 years or 5 years to hit $200, but I think we're going to 60, 70. But we could actually go way higher, you know, because I'm anticipating that, you know, we're going to see 60, 70. And that means a lot of other people are, you know, and they could make it go even higher. What platforms do you use for leverage trading crypto? I don't trade crypto with leverage, okay? I'm not willing to take on that much risk. Crypto is already very risky. And a lot of the people that do that, they just are gamblers. And they're not actual traders. They just gamble with it, you know? And they hope to be one day a trader. I'm actually a trader. I'm actually able to self-sustain on my trades and stuff like that. And it's too much leverage for me. Okay? I don't trade that way. This guy needs to stop this live BS. Rake height. What the fuck? Bro, Diddy is behind you. So correction is inevitable in short term. Hello, disability. No, correction's not inevitable. Well, eventually, we will always have corrections, but I think we're going to have a big crash at some point coming up here. But at this point, a lot of very rich people own stocks, so they could keep pushing up the stocks, and then at some point they're going to crash it all, yes. At a time of their choosing, they're going to crash the stock market. We don't know. All of the top analysts that I follow, none of them can actually tell you with any degree of certainty when it's all going to crash. Some people, you know, like Harry Dent and people like that, but I don't take him seriously. I really don't. And David Hunter, he's always off on his timelines, and nobody knows when it's all going to crash, when the stock market is going to fully implode. But the thing is, silver and gold should still do well, because a crash means that they're going to inflate to help everybody out. And when they inflate, that's going to be good for silver and gold. So if we get a big crash, buy silver and gold. Any dips, just that's what investors are doing. I told you guys months ago that any dips in gold would be bought. And I'm right, because look what happened. I told you guys exactly what gold would do. I said it would go straight up, and it basically has. Over the past year, gold it's basically gone straight up. Okay, can you explain to me Ripple's consensus mechanism? No, I don't even want to get into XRP. I'm not a fan of it. Okay, so I only buy that one, but I don't really believe all the hype. Okay, but I'll buy it and I'll sell it and make money on it. But I don't want to talk about that XRP in detail. Imagine having to spend time listening to this clown in real life. Yeah, a lot of people pay me for consultations. I know you don't agree with everything that I say, but yes, we can do consultations. You have to join the Patreon for $10 a month and then set up an actual consultation, and I have a Cash App. And the link to my Cash App is in my YouTube. And then I talk about your investing strategy and your portfolio and what you want to do and how you want to grow it over time, basically. And make sure you're on the right direction, but not as a financial advisor. So your Great Depression will come back sounds like the end for me. The Great Depression will come back. No, don't think of it like a Great Depression is the worst possible thing. Think of it like get yourself in a good position now so that you can buy stocks if everything crashes, because that's how millionaires are made. Most people, when a crash comes, they're not ready for it. They don't have cash. They don't have gold or silver that they convert to cash to buy stocks. They don't have enough food. But if you're ready for the crash, you could become a millionaire. So just load up on gold, silver, cash. I have cash in my portfolio, and it's gaining interest. Have some cash. have some cash, and put it on an account that gains you interest, and you'll make money on it. And when the crash comes, you will be able to use that money to invest, and you're going to get rich. You're going to get rich. Getting rich takes patience. All right, it takes patience. You save up a lot of money and wait for the crash. You know, that's one strategy. I'm waiting for the crash. I'm also very bullish right now. I'm extremely bullish on, well, I'm just riding the wave basically on crypto. I'm dollar cost averaging again. I have not sold any crypto yet. I will tell the Patreon members first if I decide to sell crypto. Right now, I am not. I am still buying. Okay? Sending money to you. Baha, stop scamming people. It's not a scam. You could choose to support me or you could not. I appreciate the comments and all that, but it's not a scam in any way. I'm an investor and I'm profitable. I'm a profitable trader. And I have been studying how to build a portfolio. It's not financial advice though. It's just to talk, basically. I'm not licensed. It's basically like a friendly talk about, you know, what investments are, how, you know, dividends work, and anything you want to ask, any questions. So name a car for an edit. Toyota Prius. Did you make good money in selling consulting advice? How many clients do you need, charge to be very profitable, and do it full time? Yeah, I don't do it full time yet. It's just basically comes in kind of slow, or hit or miss, one a week, sometimes one every 2 weeks, which is, you know, sucks. But I'm a full-time supervisor at my job, and I also trade full-time and do full-time YouTube and full-time TikTok. So that's that. That's that, guys. And I'm all about teaching people about gold and silver, how to make money. How much do you charge for consulting service? Oh, if you wanted to talk about, you know, building your portfolio, how you'd want to build that over time and take care of it. And it's $10 to join the Patreon. You could quit that whenever you want, but $50 for a half hour. $50. That's how much I charge. And I will do text messaging for free after the initial consultation. But if you're texting all day, nonstop, every day, I would probably block. And that hasn't happened lately. And also, I have to say this. I will help structure a crypto portfolio, but that's not my primary expertise. My primary is the stock market, dividend stocks, precious metals. But I have my own crypto portfolio. It's up right now, obviously, but everybody is up right now because Bitcoin's at 117. So I'm an ICP believer, just so you guys know. I believe in ICP, Internet Computer. So, just so you know. And you give all coins when to buy and sell. Well, when it's time to sell, I believe in selling everything, okay? When the markets rise, all the crypto rise. When it crashes, all of it crashes. And there's various techniques for selling. You could sell on the way up. You could sell all in chunks. And I follow certain techniques that I would tell you and work with you when the time comes for the Patreon members. I'll be like, okay, guys, I'm selling. So I told all the Patreon members that I was selling back in December. And I knew it was a good time to get out. So that was really valuable. You know, I'm trying to offer a valuable service here. I legit got out. I've made a lot of profit. And when I told you guys to get out, it was very close to the top. So join the Patreon for $10. I follow the markets very, very closely. I study a lot of technical analysts, a lot of experts, a lot of gurus. I basically put it all together with all the knowledge that I've gained after years and years and years. But there's always unforeseen events, always unforeseen. Some things we can know and some things we don't know. You know, we don't know, we know that they will happen, but we don't know all the timelines. Like Trump really surprised us with those tariffs and caused a crash, a mass panic in the stock market. And you can never always predict those. You can predict that they will happen, but you never know when. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Is this the new unemployed way? Live streaming on YouTube, just a genuine nerd question. No. People who are unemployed, I would actually recommend starting a YouTube channel. I definitely would. I don't want to tell people all the best ways to grow your channel because, for one, I don't know all the best ways. And the secret stuff that I do have, I don't want to tell you guys how to get followers and stuff because I'm just not trying to do that. But I would recommend people do YouTube because it's a good source, it's a good side hustle, and it can grow. If you grow an audience, then you can sell a product. If your audience believes in you, you can write a book. That's what I plan to do, write a book. It's just hard because of all my jobs and stuff that I do right now. I really need to take some time off of my full-time job to work on more stuff for my own business, my own YouTube. But yeah, it's a genuine question. No, you don't mind to speak to me in private about this crypto stuff. You do. I would certainly speak to you in private, but I would want you to join my Patreon. That's $10 a month in and of itself. And then $50 for a half hour. Eminem. I'm not Eminem. Are you skating on a scooter cooter? Skating on a scooter cooter? Well, I'll be damned. Better don't. You could be more wrong or a bigger fool. What's the best consultation? Better than Patreon? My financial background? Well, I'm not actually interviewing for a job right now. I mean, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. I don't have to, try to prove myself. But basically, years of studying and trying to find the truth. I value the truth, and because I believe most people don't know the truth about a great many things. So I've always been seeking the truth, and I specialize in the markets, and that's that. Basically, that's that. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I've been coming up, guys. I was going through a rough patch. I started investing. I was buying silver at $5 an ounce. I was buying gold at $300 an ounce. I made a lot of money, and then I blew it all. I was going through a lot of things with relationships and stuff, like one of my first relationships, and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was a young guy, so I blew all that money, and there were many problems, many reasons why I blew it. But then I decided that I wanted to get back on track, and it was a struggle. It was a struggle. And since 2021, yeah, I have been coming up big time, like big. I'm coming up nonstop. I've been saving money very vigorously since 2021. Just nonstop. Everything I do is just saving money, investing to make it big. Find that right investment. Which we've had many investments. We've had a lot of journeys on this channel in the past 2 years. Many good stocks, made many thousands of dollars, but not millions yet. But that's what the goal is. The goal is to make millions so we can buy our own homes and rental properties and stuff like that. That's the goal. Yeah, I got out in January after I hit FUBO and BBAI options. I'm back loaded again and bought more. Time this go. Okay, yeah, just remember not to go all in necessarily unless you are like a true expert, and it's best not to go all in. But man, you guys should look at Genius Group, GNS. That stock, they have been buying Bitcoin. I told you guys they were buying Bitcoin, and GNS is up to like $1.60, It was down to like 30 cents. So that was a big one. Get to bed, boy. I got to go home and eat first. Otherwise, I'm going to get small. I don't want to get small, guys. Yes, I'm not Eminem. I am not Eminem. Anybody else want to give this a like? Do you send private alerts? I give $50. Private alerts? If there's anything major, I would say it on the Patreon. If there's anything major, like, oh shit, we better be buying these stocks. I tell you guys about certain stocks. I don't like to give them for free, but I'll tell you one of them, just to prove myself, you know. I tell you guys on the Patreon to buy Endeavor Silver, EXK. EXK. It's been going up and been doing very well, okay? So that's just one of them. I tell you guys to invest in that one, and we're doing very well. So I usually just alert you guys on the Patreon. It's just $10 a month, and I tell you which stocks that I'm buying. I actually have to do a new video because I bought 100 shares of one stock. It was about $1,000, and then I bought $2,000 worth of another stock. So just today I spent $3 grand on stocks. Oh, I also bought ICP last night, I think, and that was like 200 bucks. So I've been spending mad money. Hopefully this will not come back to bite me in the ass. Well, we know with the silver we're going to be good. With silver and gold, we're golden for sure. Didn't blow on hair plugs. Must have been trade alerts, like when to buy and sell cryptos. Well, yes. If you are on the Patreon, I will say when I'm selling for sure. Okay. Right now I'm dollar cost averaging, but I told you guys on the Patreon I sold in December. December was a very good time to sell. When I told you guys to sell, when I was selling, it was like right after the peak. Guys, it's impossible to get the peak every time. But when I told you, it was like right after. I realized, okay, I've seen signals that we're not going any higher. Bitcoin hits 108. This is a major signal based on certain charts. And I said, guys, I'm selling right after the freaking peak. And I will give you guys alerts. Yes, I will give you guys alerts. Right now, there's no alerts today. No alerts today. It's just DCA and just keep on plowing through. Keep on buying. Okay, that's what it is today, for real. I'm buying slowly. I'm not putting everything I have into crypto by any means. I'm being very responsible. Okay, so I'm putting, a couple $100 into crypto every week. I'm not freaking loading the boat. Remember, you should have some silver too. Silver and crypto. Silver and crypto. Crypto is going to be a very fast mover. I think crypto is going to start to take even more market share away from the stocks. I think crypto might even get freaking as big as stocks are one day. Could you imagine that? Well, it's not going to happen for a long time, but crypto could become huge. Huge. It could gain a lot of market share. Probably never be as big as the stocks, but it's raining. I gotta come up here, guys. It's really raining. I love rain. I hope the stream's not delayed, but I'm using the internet from the phone company, so I don't know. It should be okay. Thanks for the like. I see we have 4 likes. I appreciate it. GNS RSI over 72, so I only bought a starter. I look for a dip on Monday to buy more. For GNS, I would be very nervous about buying. Well, you could always buy a little bit, you know. I'm not even buying it here because it's just too high. The thing just rocketed so quickly, and I was just working. I didn't even buy it. I already made like 9 grand on GNS. I wanted to get in on it, but I was just so busy doing other stuff. I had my focus elsewhere. It's hard to focus on everything, isn't it? But it could even go to $3 here. That's going to be a good double your money. But at one point, GNS gets very risky. I think it was down today. Wasn't it down today? I'm pretty sure it was. No way you give bodybuilding advice. Oh, yeah. Wonder if I could like do a flex off. But yes, I am a IFBB pro. No, I am a wannabe pro. But yes, I have been studying bodybuilding for many, many years. It's not something that I have the genetics for necessarily. I mean, most guys that have the genetics like me, they just do roids. I have better genetics for, I think, cardio, long distance running, that kind of thing. I've always been just an amazing biker. I can generate a lot of power, but I just don't put on a lot of mass. If I eat a lot, I'll gain a lot of fat. So, but maybe if I've been trying to raise my testosterone levels naturally, just by eating better, eating eggs, eating steaks, asparagus, taking all the vitamins. And I hope that's working. I don't know what my test level is. I should really get it checked. But I think my testosterone is pretty decent. I feel like it is fairly decent for what I do. I just freaking work nonstop. Just freaking 25 shares. Oh, he's only bought 25 shares. ARBK and X for a penny stock. Yeah, ARBK. I think you talked about that before. ARBK. I think I wrote that down. I'm pretty sure I did. What's your squat and deadlift for max? What are the signs of high test? Signs of high testosterone. Are, well, strength and aggression sometimes, deep voice, the signs of high testosterone, just masculinizing characteristics. Yeah, the voice, the hair, the muscle. Squat and deadlift max. I don't squat or deadlift right now. So I don't have the equipment. I don't have the time. I got a motorcycle. I can ride my bike right over to the gym, but I don't want to go to the gym because that costs money and that takes time. Right now, I'm focused on the YouTube. I want to start doing YouTube videos at the actual gym, just pumping up, doing like pre-workouts, like snorting pre-workouts and shit, and doing like 20 pull-ups in a row and like muscle ups and shit. And I want to do skull crushers, bench, deadlift, squat, and just show you guys what a brutal workout really looks like. That is the plan. I just need to get more time to do it. I work like every day I have off, I work. I'm not lying. Every day I have off, which is I get 2 days off a week, I work both those days for all hours of the day. I'm doing a side hustle, and then when I'm done with that, done making that cash, I hop on YouTube. So I literally have no time to go work out at the gym and stuff like that at this point in my life. I'm just going like full bore, build up the YouTube, make as much money as possible, invest as much as possible. It's crazy. I don't even see my friends, and I live alone. It's absolutely insane. All I see is you guys and the people I work with. but it works. It works. It's kind of crazy, but it works, I guess. Eventually, I hope to do a lot more and have a family and stuff like that, and limit my YouTube time to 20, 30 minutes a day. But that's in the future. Right now, it's just balls to the wall, pedal to the metal. So what were they? Oh, I actually never took them seriously. At one point, I was working out in my buddy's gym. My buddy Mark, he was studying Arnold and Tom Platz and Lou Ferrigno and all those guys. He was an awesome dude, and we would work out together, and we would squat like 225 and just do as many reps as we could, do like 20 reps, and just until we were freaking felt like our legs were falling off. And squats are just so freaking amazing. They're so amazing at transforming the body. But you still do not want to overtrain. Even on squats, you don't want to overtrain. After you do it, don't do squats again for at least 4 days in a row. Rest them. Or do squats once a week. That's usually a pretty good way. Once a week. You won't lose muscle. I think you'll build. Slowly, you'll just keep gaining and gaining and gaining if you do squats once a week. Just make sure you do a few sets, at least 4 sets. That's usually good. 4 sets, very intense, once a week. Make sure that last set is extremely intense, You could even have you could do a lot of crazy stuff. You could have your buddy help pull you up to lift you back up so you can stand, until you could just barely, your legs are just about to explode, they feel like. And sometimes that's what you want to feel. You want to feel that pain because of all the shit you've been through in life, sometimes that's the freaking best thing to do, to get your freaking anger out. Just go to the gym and just do freaking squats to the point where you can't even hardly walk after. Sometimes that's the best thing for your body mentally, and it's the best thing physically too. Get you freaking jacked. I would love to do some freaking squats right now. For real. Like some serious squat. I could do some step-ups here, but I don't want to do squats right this second. Only bought, ever faced being skydiver? You don't even work out, WTF, man. I call BS, you got no idea. Well, whatever, ask me something then. Newbie? Freaking newbie? Let's go, let's go. Do you have girlfriends? No, not right now. I don't have any women that I'm even talking to or right now, so I'm just going balls to the wall, like I said, being on YouTube. That's really why my last relationship ended too, because of the YouTube. I just wanted to grow the business, and I was kind of taking all the time for growing my own business and building my brand. So I really screwed that up. That was a big mistake in my life. But you can't redo it. In life, you can't redo stuff, so it's best just to try to forget, but it's tough. And your answer showed you have no idea. No to the skydiving then. No, definitely not skydiving. But yeah, I believe that men should be single until they get to a certain level of status. You at least have to have your own apartment. You have to have at least 5 or 10 grand. Have some money in investing, and you should have a car. You should definitely have a car, your own apartment, and your side hustle should be already going pretty well. Once that's happening, then it's okay to get a girlfriend, in my opinion. So I teach that men should just hustle because many women can be a distraction. I've had many girlfriends that it just wasted so much time. And they just ended up leaving, you know. It's hard to predict the future and predict things like that, but it's better just to be single as a man when you're young. At least till the age of, you know, 28 or so, or even 30, or 32, 33. But you have to get to a certain level, I believe, before you begin pursuing women. It's okay to, you know, spin plates here and there to gain some experience. You know, it's good if you're with a woman. The woman you're with, you want more sexual experience than her. Otherwise, it oftentimes does not work out. So it's good to spin plates, get some experience when you're a young guy, but just do not waste too much time on the women. You know, don't invest too much time and thought. You got to stay on your purpose, building wealth. Okay, starting your own business, your own successful YouTube channel. All right, guys, and building up your body too. Stay focused on that. Are you looking for a boyfriend? No. No. No, I don't go that way. I'm looking for I'm trying to have an actual family. I'd like to in the next, well, we'll see. We'll see. You've never experienced what I can do for you. All right, guys. Any more questions about making money? Silver. It's Friday, so silver had a really strong close today. On Friday, a very strong close. $38.40. Can you believe that silver? Yeah. I mean, finally, silver hasn't been this high in 13 years. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. I said that at the beginning of this podcast thing. It's crazy. What do you know about a successful YouTube channel? Not a whole lot. I was just saying if that's your goal, to have a successful YouTube channel, you know, work on that goal. I've said nothing about my channel. My channel has not been that successful yet. It's been decently successful because I've got my 13 Patreon members. So I'm happy with the direction of the channel, but it's just like it's taking a while, you know. So I'm trying to hustle even harder. When life gets tough, you gotta step up. You gotta freaking step up. That's what I teach. Do you know when a stock is gonna explode? Is there an indicator you use? No, not necessarily. Nope. I think this is a news-driven market. I follow the news and the charts. I definitely am big on charts, okay? But there's no signal like that. I'm a chartist, so, and I follow the news. I look at the companies, and I try to dig as deep as I can to figure out what's really happening at these companies. I look at what the insiders are doing. There's at least 15 or 20 different freaking metrics that I use. Then I analyze the CEO. I think is he a liar or is he telling the truth? You got to look at the CEO of the company to know if the company is a freaking scam or if they're really bringing in the profits that they're saying. So you have to know how to judge people. So you got to look at the CEO. You got to know what you're doing, guys. There's many. So yeah, that explains that a little bit. We got a message that's held for review. These guys are trolling you. Yeah, I can show that. These guys, yeah, they're trolling me. Yeah, I know they're trolling me, bro. And the viewers are going down as well. We're only 20 viewers. So the trolling it's coming to an end. You need a bad boy by your side. Help me pump your channel. Bail Master Flat. Yeah, I would love it if you pumped up my channel. This guy thinks he's so cool. 28 viewers. Yeah, how are you going to pump up my channel? What are you going to do? You're going to Do you have a channel too? Tell your viewers to watch me. That's what I need, is for someone with a big channel, tell their viewers, oh, you better watch John's Gold and Silver. This guy is the best. You know, that's what I need. How do you know when a stock is going to explode? Do you need you make a lot of money? I don't say how much I make. Best way to make money, become a gangster man. That's illegal though. What is the best way to make money? No, don't be a gangster. Yeah, don't troll too much, okay? No, I can't be the eye candy you need. What? No. I am always the eye candy. No, I'm definitely like not that big. But one thing I got going for me is I can get pretty darn ripped. So that's what I've been doing, is trying to keep my size by eating a high protein diet. But I really want to get ripped and have a crazy six pack. So that's what I'm doing right now. I lowered the sugar. I don't eat any sugar. I'm just eating straight up freaking protein, vegetables, fats, nuts, olive oils. Really love nuts. So that's what I do. I'm a freaking pro. Guys, come on, give this a like. Give this a like. 28 viewers. Let's go, guys. Ask me if my chain's fake. Yeah, it's fake. No. Let's go, guys. Yo, 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 yo. How much percent do you make this year? How much percent? I make a lot. No. I don't say how much money I make. No way. Nuts have a shitload of calories. Yes. That's why I don't eat a ton of them. Every time I eat nuts, I am thinking about how many calories I'm consuming. And most people should weigh their nuts, see how much their nuts weigh before they put them in their mouth. Because you don't want to have too many nuts. Because the calories will add up very, very quickly. They're so good, they're so hard, so just eat a few. It's hard to eat a few, man. When I eat nuts, I eat nuts. I'll eat a lot of cashews, pecans, and walnuts. I used to crack open the walnuts when I was a kid. That's actually like, you know, one of my fondest memories that I never think about. I used to crack open walnuts all the time. It was the most fun thing back in the day. I would use a hammer too. I'd have so much fun with it. And I was always like very cautious. I think that's how I learned to be so cautious, is when I was using a hammer when I was a kid. Because I was trained to use a hammer, and maybe that's how I became so cautious. And that's a good skill to have. You got to be cautious. Don't do anything stupid. Pistachios, yes, but if you eat too many, you could become constipated. And being constipated is like the worst thing in the world. Well, no, it isn't. But don't eat too many pistachios. He's up 28% in his account this year. Make 40% trades all the time. It's just risk tolerance. Yeah, well, that's cool. Yeah, you're a good investor then, dude. Anything after 5 is eating over the calorie rate. Anything after 5 is eating over the calorie rate? That's not a real thing. And what? A calorie rate? You can eat stuff after 5 o'clock. You could eat calories in, calories out. So you can eat any time of the day. Doesn't matter. I know there's certain people that say, oh, you should fast from blank to blank. But that's just an easy program for noobs to follow. You know, I'm going to fast until, 3 o'clock. In reality, if you just monitor your overall caloric intake and you eat healthy foods, you're good. Does not matter at all what time you eat those foods. But you should always remember to eat, it's good to do calorie restriction. I definitely believe in calorie restriction because studies have shown that if you do calorie restriction, it's possible you could live up to 30% longer, because they did studies on these chimpanzees. They didn't give them a lot of food, and they actually lived longer. It's crazy. So we can assume that should work for humans as well, because the DNA is very similar. Chimps and humans were both created by God. The design is very similar, so the DNA is Very similar. It's a very similar design. So our bodies work alike. So this is assumed to work. So I'm eating less. If you eat less, you live longer. And then you eat less and you eat high quality food and you take vitamins, I could live a very long time. I could live till 85, 90, 95. I want to live to 100, but I don't know if that's possible. What trade was your best? Lately, it was Genius Group. My best trades lately, I haven't sold anything lately. I'm just letting my stuff go up. But my best trades were like Genius Group and TSLL option calls. Those are the TSLL option calls was like, I made 10x. And the Genius Group options, some of them I made like 35x, like 30, 35x. And then on my last crypto trades, I like doubled my money on all my crypto. And on some things, I had XRP, it went from 50 cents. I sold it at 275. So I like made 5 times my money on that or something. And like Shiba Inu, I made money on that. And you know, Dogecoin, I bought that at like 10 cents. And I sold it at like 41 cents. So I made like 4 times on Doge. So I have some good trades in the last year or so. But I want to have bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger trades. Okay. I want to start taking more chances, risking a little bit more money. But still, I'm not going to tell you how my portfolio is, but that's what I'm starting to do. But I don't need to teach you guys this stuff. I don't want you to know everything. What trade? But yeah, that's what trade. Scientifically proven. 5 peanuts equals 1 portion. Some of the stocks that I'm holding on to are doing very well. Made a lot of dividends. So I want to teach you guys how to do this stuff, or just if you like this content, please give this a like. And at the bare minimum, please give this a like. Really doing my best out here, guys. You know I'm doing my best. It's almost 4:30 in the morning. I am giving this 100 freaking percent on this channel. I'm giving this 100%. You cannot deny it. I should have been in bed a long time ago. Freaking. I know I'm a hard worker. I love it. I just freaking go for it. And I know that this success is going to pay off because I'm giving it 100%. And I think I can even give it 200%. And I think I'm going to. But I still have to sleep. But I think that's it. I got to get going, guys, because we've been on here for an hour. So, and I have to talk to you guys tomorrow. So I got to get some sleep today so I can go live tomorrow. Well, I'm going to try to go live tomorrow. So I will see you guys in the morning. Please come back in the morning and like this, like this in the morning, and we'll talk then. It's raining, it's cold. I'm gonna get back inside and I should eat, but I'm probably not even gonna eat. I'm just gonna brush my teeth, go to bed. Maybe I'll still eat and go to bed at like 6 a.m. I'll stay up a whole nother hour just chilling, just freaking chilling. And well, I'm going to be studying the stocks. I got to take a look at crypto. Crypto is probably not doing jack shit right now. Last I knew, Bitcoin was at 117. So Bitcoin's got to go make some moves. I want Bitcoin to make some moves. I think it's possible that Bitcoin's going to go slow right here. It's going to it's not going to go up too much more. Maybe Bitcoin is just going to hang out. It's just going to go sideways. We'll see. Want to see my motorcycle? So, that's the motorcycle I got. It's pretty sick. I love it. So, I gotta go.